Duergar. Both Duergar that you killed have been split in half, or at least their skulls have been.
There's blood flying everywhere.
Yeah, some of the more gruesome kills that I think you guys are gonna have over
We've
the
had
course
some pretty
of this
gruesome ones. I think we.
Yeah,
I don't
like
think
the
there's been
sideways,
a
the
nice
sideways bow.
You
Like when
guys are-
GK crushed that dude's
Sideways
head, or when he
bow.
crushed that other dude's head, or when he crushed that third dude's head,
Yeah.
all in the same fight.
Yeah. Well,
Kinda.
GK's guy is just like a skull expert.
These are dwarf skulls. Shouldn't they crush easier?
Okay.
No,
no,
they're
sturdier.
they're
They're
tough
hardy.
fuckers,
Nah, they drink
dude.
their milk.
Dwarves
Yeah, but they're
drink-
tiny skulls that
They're
are
not
No,
tiny
can't
skulls.
contain the
They're-
Hatrix guy.
Dwarves drink kefir, which is a fermented.
How about we just fight
milk.
number 2 here? There's only one guy left.
Yeah, Eric, it is your turn. So
All right, so number 2 is right next to me.
yes.
I'm just gonna, I guess, go for the trifecta here. Go for the cleave into the head, just to keep it.
Leave on.
Just so I'm gonna roll the hit. Did not hit, and then I missed. So I go for the cleave, and then I just whiff somehow. I don't know. Jumps
Yeah,
back.
I'm gonna say you go for the cleave, but he's able to parry you this time. He's
Oh.
learned from watching you,
Oh, nice.
watching your elite parries, and he's able to parry your weapon out of the way.
You went for
Oh.
a cleave on and missed a little.
He died.
I got it. Yeah, I got. Jesus.
And now it is his turn.
He's gonna try to hit me again.
He went to SDSU.
Let's see.
And I think of SDSU, I think South Dakota State, not San Diego State, because that's what I'm closer to.
Yeah. My dad's friend went to that SDSU, and my dad went to San Diego State.
I went to SDSU. Yeah, me too. Wait, really?
The way you can tell is Kawhi Leonard SDSU and worse
All right, so-
SDSU.
Eric, as you go to parry this Duergar here, or as this Duergar parries your attack, you notice that as he's doing that, he's starting to get larger and larger in size until he's almost double the size that he was previously.
What the hell?
Raging.
So he's an 8-foot tall dwarf now. Is that what you're telling me?
Not quite 8 feet, but he's pretty large. The big
7
boy.
feet. 7 feet
See
tall.
the size of Kawhi Leonard?
Is he Shaq? He's Shaq. He's Shaq, basically.
He's probably about 7 feet. Yeah.
Just
Seven
an
foot
awesome
one.
size little
6 and
lad.
7.
Killing for fun.
He's
Absolutely.
bigger
Did
than
his
you are
hammer
now.
increase in size, or is it the same
Yes.
size?
Yes, it did.
It
Ooh,
doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Billy Big Hammer over here.
He's gonna really hit me hard here. It looks like.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he's probably just gonna try and hit you twice.
So he's gonna come swinging down on you with his warhammer, and that is a 18 to hit.
Damn it!
What's your AC?
16.
Ouch.
Well, this is gonna be not fun for you. Uh,
Always Eric.
brace yourself.
Oh God! Please don't hit for like a massive amount. It will, but I'm just hoping.
you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck.
I can't.
That's
I
a
tried
little
parrying him,
more
and he's
than
just
what I
too
took.
strong. And he just-
Yeah, you try to lift up your sword to like block, but he just comes crashing down through your sword, and your arms sort of like crumple under the force, and the hammer comes down and hits you right in the chest. And you're lucky
Oh.
you're wearing armor, otherwise that probably would have caved in your chest cavity.
Got him between
Uh,
heartbeats.
But but you're doing okay, kinda.
7 hit points now, boys. I joined the Tony School of coughing out blood.
I gave
It's
him
okay,
more.
apparently
I
it
gave
goes
him
away.
more.
I've been rolling
Yeah,
I know.
really well for
He
these
got better.
dwarves.
I
I
got better.
I look at Kai Bomb, the fellow long-ranged fellow, and give him a little wink. Like, those close range guys. Oh,
Blink my eyes at him.
oh.
Where you
And
try
then
This
I
is where he
stare.
figures out he can't wink, and now it's just awkward.
Yeah.
Neither of us can
Patrick,
wink.
go ahead and roll a.
Just
Go ahead and
twitches his eye.
roll a persuasion roll real quick.
Okay, can it just be canon that neither of us know how to wink, and we think that we winked at each other, but we didn't?
Yeah.
See, this is important.
I want you to
in
go ahead and roll a
fight right now. I
persuasion
just
roll
got my
still.
chest nearly caved.
Okay.
And that is a 9. That's a
Okay.
You
9.
got a +4. in
Yeah.
persuasion.
So that's
Yeah.
a pretty nasty
Oh, me too.
looking wink.
Oh my god, we just rolled to see if you winked correctly.
Well, I was rolling for something else. If he rolled well enough, I was gonna have the Duragar think that Hatrick was winking at it,
Oh,
but that was basically gonna be like a 20, so that's okay.
why would it,
Would have been fun.
would it have like tried to bang me or something?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. I would have figured that one out if we got there. So
Okay,
Death
okay,
by
yeah.
sight. No.
anyway, Kaibom's turn.
You know my game, Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Friggin'
And Eric, you
blast
missed your
this guy.
attack, right? So
yeah.
Bang.
Ooh, blast him.
There you
Modified 20.
Roger. Ales.
There we go.
So this Duragar takes a pretty hefty blow from your Eldritch Blast, and as you hit it into its side, what normally I think knocked back the previous one slightly, staggered her just a little bit. This one almost shrugs off the impact as if it didn't really feel it. You can see there's some significant hatred burning in this Duragar's eyes right
Hell
now.
yeah, bring it on. So who's more wounded? Eric now?
Eric's hurt. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna healing light with my bonus action.
Big Rick. Ready to get
In before
Patrick,
one.
heal.
You're up next, so you can
Yeah.
start.
Oh,
Yeah,
not
I-
bad.
I got you.
All my d6s are 5s.
Like a D6.
So Eric heals for 5.
Eric is healed for 5, yes.
Oh god, like a G6 was the
Yeah,
worst.
I got it. I heard it. I didn't want to reference anything. But
Yeah.
Didn't that come from California, Hatrick? Wasn't that some
Uh,
shitty underground California artist?
A G5 is a jet. And so the G6 is one better than a G5. But which it's not a jet. A G6 is not a real
Car.
airplane. Okay, but I'd like to friggin' mark this honky first of all.
Okay.
And then I'd like to go right here. So I got a clean little shot there.
Right here.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'd like to give this old boy a bit of the old run around with my bow and or arrow. Boom.
Okay.
That's a first.
Yeah, so you go to take the shot, and despite his overwhelming size, you
You're
are
thrown
not
off by
able
it.
to.
I'm
Yeah.
so afraid. I'm
Aim
I
too
am
low
so
up through his legs.
fearful.
You didn't really realize quite how big he had gotten until you stepped to the side, like around from behind your party members here.
How large you are, Antonio! I named him Antonio, by the way.
That will bring us to Cap's turn.
Stab
Whoop,
him.
whoop.
Dab his
I
balls.
climb up his back and try to stab him in the head.
That
No.
that should give him some friggin' advantage
Do you want?
there.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics,
Alright.
and I'm gonna go ahead
Acrobatics.
and roll strength against you as the Duragar.
That's not good. He's
Come
7
on,
feet
good
tall.
rolls. Fuck!
No,
No.
God. No.
I'm
you're
getting
gonna
getting
get-
flung.
Well, what if he rolls a 1?
So
That would
as
be-
you try to
Roll.
climb up on his back, initially he didn't notice that you were there because of how well you hid last turn.
He should get initiative.
Advantage, right?
Yeah, your advantage with
He's,
stealth.
he's stealth. He gets advantage, doesn't he?
I'll give you advantage on it.
Alright.
On
the three.
Oh!
Oh
Wait, do I get to
Okay.
reroll?
Come on.
Wait, do I get to reroll?
No,
Yeah, he does.
No,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was your.
The-
That was
the-
your.
The
When you
luck.
roll a
Well,
1
no,
your
the
luck.
luck.
d20
Yeah, your
for an
luck.
attack
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So
Wait, switch the dice.
you jump on his back, and he tries to fling you off. He's sort of reaching back with his arms to grab at you, but his arms are still fairly short as he is a stocky man, and even though he's larger, dwarven arms are not super long, so he really can't reach the like square of his back where you're clinging on right now. So
Flexible.
you can go ahead and make an attack.
You told
I'm
me
gonna
that
say
8
make an
was enough
attack.
to get on his back.
I'm gonna say make an attack at disadvantage because he's trying to throw you off, but you are able to hold on for right now.
Okay. Let's see. Now I see the good
Here
rolls
come the
right
big
now.
rolls. Here come his
Yeah.
when he's got disadvantage. Here come the
Alright,
20s.
so I can.
Okay, roll at disadvantage.
Fuck.
Alright. I'm rolling my attack, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Can't like get whatever. You're right there.
Oh, well.
God,
Ah, shit.
man.
All right.
I am
So
rolling
as
like
you're
that.
attempting to slash into him with your dagger, you're not able to really pierce through the armor. You know, given that you're being sort of flung left and right as you're trying to stab into him. It's really hard to get enough of a, I guess, footing or hold really to put enough force behind it to get it through
Ooh.
the scale mill here. But you are still holding on, so you've got that going for you.
We
And
should
with
get
that,
advantage while
it's
he's
Tony's
holding
turn.
on.
Now he should just get disadvantage because he can't
Oh,
fight with
yeah.
the guy at his
That
back.
is fair. That is fair. Okay.
Should I stab right through and get Cap?
Aim for his feet.
Can I get? I guess I probably can't stand here, huh? Because there's a corpse there.
I mean,
You
you could
stand-
walk around it and get to there, or like step over it. It's not.
Well, whatever. All right, hit me right
Gonna
up
go
in
right
the
here?
action here, or there, whatever. I don't care. One of them, whichever one I can reach him at. I'm going with the tree line here. All right. Now I'm gonna I'm gonna break what's working. I'm gonna swing vertically, but this time I'm going down. I'm going balls up because he's a dwarf. Now he's a little taller.
Okay.
Hamstring.
Yeah. I'm taking a big
Hamstring his balls.
underhand sword swing at this dude's testicles.
Sword swing.
And if I get the rest of them, that's fine too.
And you connected.
Did I get his balls?
Yeah, you connected.
All right. Let me. What's my fucking thing? 1d8 plus 3.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right,
Good
so
hit,
as
good hit.
you take your sword, as this Duragar is grabbing really with one hand at this point, he's holding on to his warhammer with his other hand, grabbing and reaching for Neris off of his back. You get your sword underneath and you pull it straight up into his junk. And as you do that, you hear him squeal in pain before he goes completely silent and falls down flat on the ground with Neris still clinging onto his back.
I think you've made him into a woman.
I think he's dead.
And he shrinks back down to
Is
his
he
previous
dead?
size. Yes, yeah, he is.
Okay.
Mr. Kaibar made himself grow.
What?
You.
I think you cut out during that.
Oh, I was asking if Kai Bomb knew how he grew.
I'm gonna roll deception. I guess he can roll insight against it, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could. If you want to do stuff like that too and not say it out loud, you can tell me what you're doing.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not fooling that.
Oh,
that's
well-
not even with my bonus, which would be that
What were
would be
you
a
gonna
24.
What were you gonna say?
I try and bluff that, like, you didn't know that dwarves do that. They just grow at will. They clap their hands, pretending to be him.
I've read every book on these disgusting beings that I've found in my home, and none of them have said anything about this.
I just called you the fuck out.
But yeah, table talk, maybe a rage. I'm not really sure. Good old
Could I try
barbarians.
to see how he grew? Is that something I could figure out?
I guess. You could do a
Well, how do
history
you wanna
check,
check?
I guess.
Oh,
Like you could try to check your knowledge of dwarves, I suppose, or like of Duragar, and see if you
My-
Because
remember anything.
Arcana would help you check if it were magical in origin.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could use
well,
an Arcana check.
Dwarves
history
are
check.
my dwarves are my favored enemy. So
So you'd get advantage on this.
you have an advantage on wisdom checks as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do an intelligence check then to see like how well you know anything about this.
So 15.
All right, I'm gonna say that's good enough. So you vaguely recall from your deep research into Duragar and all forms of dwarves that you hate. You recall that Durgar specifically have an ability that allows them to enlarge themselves for 1
Ugh.
minute of time. And when they enlarge themselves, anything that they're carrying or wearing enlarges with them. And they obviously hit much harder as their strength rapidly increases.
I would like to tell the fellows of mine discovery of knowledge.
Yeah, you don't have to repeat it. We could say that you
Please
told
don't.
them.
Yeah.
So, that was something. That hurt a lot. I think I have a cracked rib.
Anyone care
you
for
got
a
a couple of
berry?
What was that?
Have a berry. You don't need to eat.
Senzu beans?
They only
Good
heal
berries.
1 health.
They're quite-
delicious, if I do say so myself. Okay, yeah, so I'm giving people some friggin' Halle berries.
Just for reference for you guys are about an hour or 2 away from Westwind. So you still got, a majority of the travel left to go here. And it would be, I don't know, 3, 4 in the afternoon, early afternoon right now.
You want to press on until nightfall?
Yeah.
Or wait, can we loot the corpses or anything there?
Perception.
Sure. Go ahead and I guess investigation, really, probably.
Who's got the best investigation? Metagaming alert.
Womp.
I got no investigation.
Ooh.
I'll fucking try anyway.
Hey, I'll take
Tunis
a-
trips on a body.
I don't think we're finding anything.
You guys find 37 gold. None of there's nothing else that they have that's really usable or worth a whole lot that you can find anyway during your search. So unless you, I guess, wanted to take like the scale mail that they were wearing, but that's obviously smaller scale mail built for smaller beings. So
built Ford tough.
Who found the gold?
which one of you rolled highest? You did, Cap.
I'm not showing anybody. They don't know
It's
about it.
37 gold. So
Can I roll to see if I saw him find the gold?
Can I roll against
sure,
that?
roll sleight of hand and roll perception, Patrick.
Perception. that would be
Wait, I'm
plus
sleight of
2.
hand, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sleight
your
of hand.
sleight of hand.
Easy. Finally
Okay,
rolled
yeah.
high on the
I
gold.
was
Alright, I
just
don't
gonna.
even want to roll against that.
I was just gonna wink at you when you got the gold.
Alright, that was 37 you said, right?
Yeah, 37.
Can I just still wink at you anyways, even though I didn't?
Even though he doesn't
but-
know
Just
how.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
blinking
he's
at
just
him.
like I'm just like looking at you like I'm rotating my head and just like blinking both of my eyes at you. I not moving my body at all, but just all head movement. Just like,
Alright, so I have 70 plus the 35 silver.
Jesus.
73 gold.
Alright, so do we want to press on, lads?
Yeah.
if no one ate any good berries, I didn't cast the spell.
Yep. Should be
Is it a
fine.
cantrip?
It's a spell. It's
Don't
like
waste it.
Yeah. Makes 10 berries.
I'm missing 8 health.
You're about to friggin' go take a night nap, sleep, and get better.
We're gonna
Press
say this is roughly the path you guys are traveling down to give you
Oh
some.
wait, is Grumber's coming with us? Did we
I
remember to
haven't.
go get
Like,
him?
you guys aren't leaving yet. This is just like around
Okay.
the bend or whatever from where you were. I'm
I
just like
whistle
drawing
at
a
him.
scene for you.
I
Now that I
whistle
know how
at
to do
him and
this.
snap. Come, Crummy!
Crummy wummy.
Crumpum!
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see if I can jump through the trees like a Naruto character? Which is a gnomish scroll that I've read.
Naruto.
Yeah.
It's spelled GN.
Yeah, exactly. Can I
Alright,
roll
so
an
brown dots
acrobat-
are trees again, just to.
Can I roll an
Clarify.
acrobatics to see if I'm like jumping through the trees with my arms behind my head?
Sure.
Or behind
Go
my
for it.
back. Okay,
Is that
so
athletics
this
or
is
acrobatics?
I hope acrobatics.
Sounds like acrobatics.
I'll say acrobatics. That's fine.
Why is he so good at this?
So as you guys are continuing on, he's way ahead of you at this point. You guys are, just for frame of reference, you're like back here, and Crumbrance is trying his best to keep up. Do you want Crumbrance to be mimicking you, or is he just following you?
He's just running below me like Sancho.
Okay, go ahead and roll at acrobatics for him, or athletics.
Well, he isn't. He's not like. He's just running.
Okay, he's
Hey, no,
running,
he's
but
on
he's
the ground.
stumbling a lot and
Yeah.
like tripping and falling
Yeah.
down a lot.
That wait,
It's a ridiculous sight.
athletics. That is a 5.
Yeah, so he keeps falling over, but he's doing his darndest to keep up with his man.
Hurry along!
Alright, so you guys just continuing on down the path?
Yeah, until like sunset or thereabouts.
Okay, did you
Right.
guys want to take like a rest or short rest or anything?
At sunset.
Yeah, sleep when it's dark, like people do.
Which all of us are. Am I right?
I'm like, is that racist?
I mean, I'm pretty tired, because my ribs are cracked, and I kind of having trouble breathing.
I got a lot of blood on me. Not sure.
got a lot of
100% if it's
healing
mine
to-
or theirs or.
Forget
Definitely
about-
some of it is yours.
It's a
watched you
little
cut
bit
it.
of both.
Did I
really.
get back half of the arrows that I shot?
Oh, we should probably wash off. Or all of our
Hadrick, I'm
shit.
not too concerned about ammo,
Are
really.
you concerned about washing off this dwarf blood?
I don't know.
I think it would be kind of lame for you to run out of ammo at some point during a fight, so
How-
I don't really
how
want to
about,
deal with that.
How about Crumbrance whittles arrows for me?
Yeah, there you go. I'll say Crumbrance is a master fletcher, and he can fletch you some more arrows anytime you need it.
First he fletches the arrows, then he fetches me the arrows.
Surprised you don't make him hold the quiver for you.
No, he's gonna go hide during
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah, I need to jump through the trees.
The only quiver is the one he's doing behind the tree during the fight.
Go Don't
So
touch
as you
me!
guys are continuing on, another 2 or 3 hours or so, you guys come across, you see up ahead what looks like a stream, not super wide or anything, maybe 10, 15 feet across, and the path takes a slight bridge over it, what appears to be made out of wood, from what you can tell from here. And on top of the bridge is a small group of pretty ragtag-looking humanoids that all are wielding either weapons of some kind, like simple weapons like swords and whatnot, or the occasional pitchfork,
WMD!
piece of wood with a fucking nail through it. Some less than ideal weaponry for some of them.
Time to kill 1 million of these people. They have WMDs.
Hey, maybe we can talk to them. I'm gonna try and catch up.
Yeah, I'll slide you back with the group so I can
I
start
am
to draw this for you.
hanging from my knees upside down from a branch with my bow pointed at them. Can they see me?
You're the first one to notice what's going on here, Patrick.
Okay. I'm not gonna
and
attack anyone though.
They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Can I
They,
roll some friggin' insight to see if
This
they're
right here is the bridge.
they're mean or if they're nice?
My lovely drawing skills with a mouse.
Can I roll a friggin' insight to see if they mean us harm or would that be
You can
something
try.
else? Okay, so that is plus 4. Okay.
Try to get some.
20.
Ha! Hoo! Do they mean
What
us
was
harm?
it you rolled? Sorry,
I rolled insight to see if they mean us any harm. And if I should be on the lookout to friggin' perforate some honkies.
So you can tell that they do look like they're not ready for a fight, but they look pretty clearly on edge. There's some mild, kind of quiet discussion going on amongst them. They look like they're debating something. You can't really tell what from here, or whether or not they'd be aggressive towards you. But they certainly look like, from what you can tell anyway, that they are concerned or agitated or something of the sort.
Can I try to do a cartwheel out of the tree and like an amazing landing to like sort of intimidate and also like amaze these rubes?
Okay.
Can you get them dropped
one
in
sec.
here at any
It's,
point?
Please give
Yeah,
him
I'm
3
working
rolls.
on that right now.
Acrobatics, performance, intimidation.
I just want to do like an acrobatics roll to like
Oh,
flip
right on the
out
drawing.
from behind. Oh wait, no, from behind our group.
Okay.
Do
So
we
there's
want to
your.
hurt them? Wait,
So you want to impress us?
before I
Alright,
friggin'
so-
pop out, maybe people should
me-
start hiding.
Moving you guys all back so we can get a good like sort of scale for this. So Patrick, you are closer to them up the path. Like I said, they don't seem to have noticed you. Everybody in the group can see them at this point as well, but none of them are aware of their sort of mannerisms, I guess, the way they're coming off that you are. So you'd be the only one who would know this at this point. You can run forward and talk to them if you want. It's entirely up to you. If you were to shout back at your party members, this group would probably hear you.
Does anyone know semaphore or sign language or something?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So I'm just gonna do a friggin' acrobatics roll to gracefully jump out of the tree like a friggin' hog wild honky.
That's what you get for using the term
So-
hog wild honky.
Oh god. So as you're trying to jump down from the tree, you manage to do a roll in the air, but you land completely on your face, like face down in the dirt. After which Crumbrance immediately comes running over. Are you okay, sir?
Go hide! Hide!
And as you're yelling this, the people on the bridge are quickly made aware of what just happened as they heard you come crashing down out of the tree.
They're yelling hide.
Hello! Do
One
you
second.
hate
I gotta-
dwarves?
Okay.
Sick opening line.
I had to roll for something real quick. Sorry. All right, so they approach you, specifically the one with the sword
Hello!
approaches you, and you can tell they look pretty confused by what the hell is going on and where the hell you came from and why you just fell out of a tree.
God rest ye, merry gentlemen!
I'm sorry, but I don't know who you are.
Well, that's simple. I'm I'm flashing my signet ring at this I'm stunting on these haters right now. I'm flashing the ring. Well, I'm just a simple traveler traveling around the world with no backstory of any kind, just a normal half man. You see.
Real quick before we continue this discussion, you four, do you want to do something while he's talking to them?
Can
I'm
I
going
interrupt
over
him?
here.
Are you trying to sneak off to the side?
Yes.
You're gonna want to stealth then.
Yeah. Hey, this is so fun.
The +7 really just.
Is that just Cap doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going over or like here next to this tree.
Yeah.
Okay. The other three of you want to do anything?
I want to talk to him.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
want to
go up.
also walk.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk
Okay,
up.
so you guys are walking up.
I'm not too familiar with these gentlemen. Kill them. I'm not gonna.
As the man who was talking to you is looking down at you, still trying to decipher what the hell you are, he looks up at the other three members approaching, points down at you, and asks the remaining three members of the party, "Is he with you?"
No. I've never seen these men in my life, and even if they say I'm traveling with them, I am not.
Yet you happen to be coming from the same direction.
Well, you see, I am doing some archery training and doing the monkey paw technique of tree jumpery that I've learned in Nomeo play Naruto.
Very interesting. Would you care to demonstrate this technique for us?
Yes.
So you make a pretty decent attempt to mimic what it is you were doing, but you're completely thrown off your game right now. You're just not in your groove at the moment, and it's
The
not
the
working
crash-
like you wanted it to.
He made that noise, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
crashing
I
out of the
was-
tree originally.
I was
kinda-
trying to jump into the branches, but I just sort of got halfway and I had to
Were you
bail.
kicking your legs?
You
Yeah, I
kind of
had
got
to
stuck where
bail.
you couldn't grab at anything else
Yeah.
in the tree, so you were kind of dangling your legs for a while. Meanwhile, the
tree-
rest of
this
you.
tree is awful. This is the worst. Cut this tree down, my friend. I
The
shall
re-
help.
I'll move you over to this tree. This is the tree you were climbing up. The rest of you can see that this man, who you can tell is a man up at this point. Everybody in this group appears to be human. Is sort of just crossing his arms and shaking his head, watching what's going on, and he looks back over at you and again asks, "Are you sure he's not with you?"
I can do 700 push-ups.
No,
Forgive-
he's not with us. Yeah, he's not with
Forgive
us.
the half-wit. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has more curiosity than brains.
And I think
can
he
do
just hit his
900
head.
push-ups.
I like take these two to the side and I'm like, this is our chance to get rid of him. This is what? Come on. He's running up a tree. We could just walk away.
The man steps closer and says, "Get rid of him, you say?"
Now, what
I
do
took
you
a-
mean? Get rid of him.
But yeah, I was meaning just like walking
I'm
away.
talking to this guy.
Are you
Yeah.
suggesting he should be killed?
No, I am suggesting we literally walk away and just leave him here.
Can I join you? I'm half human.
Only if you're here to help us fight some of these damned dwarves.
Oh my!
Ooh.
They've been running rampant.
Is that you, Antonio?
How come everybody's Antonio?
No, this is Antonio.
Antonio.
Oh, and Antonio.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I know no one by that name. My name is Emmett.
Antonio.
And you emit such a wonderful smile.
You can kill him for that. You can just gut him where he stands.
Go
for
ahead
that.
and roll persuasion.
Okay, wait.
Please don't be a nat 20.
Yeah, 20
Persuasion
Here it
is
is.
+4.
is.
Oh my god.
As you say that, you can see his body language gets a little more relaxed, and a smile comes across his face, and he starts to blush a
there
little
it
bit.
is. There it is.
And he looks over and says, "I've always had a soft spot for you pointy ears."
I'm sorry, my friend, but I'm a vocel.
A what?
Don't insult the man you just complimented. Don't insult the man.
I'm part of a religious group, you see.
Would
Yeah,
you care to enlighten me?
Oh, well,
He's
it
converting the guy.
seems to me that one can become much more powerful if you limit your bodily emissions.
Bodily emissions?
Your essence. The release of which.
Oh my god.
This is the first time my character's heard this actually spelled out for him and finally gets it. Finally understands what the dude's all about.
I
just-
gag a little. Like, ugh.
Ooh.
The release of the fluids is, well, not the necessary ones, but the dirty one.
All right, I cut him off. So, dwarves.
So Emmett, looking a little
Dwarves.
confused. Some of the members, especially the man holding the pitchfork, is looking down at his junk right now, wondering what's going on, but he's liking it. He's liking it a lot.
God.
But Emmett turns to you and says, "Yes, we've been hunting these damn grayskins for what feels like days.
How many grayskins
We've
were you
killed at
hunting?
least 40 of them.
No, shush.
40.
Each.
No, shush. He lies. We've not.
You came
killed-
from Westwind.
Yes.
Did we?
Westwood.
Yes. Yeah, the city's been destroyed by those dirty bastards.
I, however, did not.
That's what we were afraid.
I have been running around.
Can
the
we
trees.
like duct tape his mouth shut?
Patrick, go ahead and roll deception.
Okay, that's +2.
Oh my god.
Oh, I rolled a 1 for insight. Okay, so Emmett believes you wholeheartedly. Jesus Christ.
I've never met these men in my life. Right, Dick?
looks over at you, looks back at the party, and says aloud, That's probably fair. I can't imagine any of these gentlemen would put up with the likes of you.
You'd be surprised.
So you came from Westwind, destroyed by dwarves, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a big hole right down the middle of the city, town, village, something,
Hamlet.
hamlet, King Lear.
County.
I've seen that gnomish play, Hamlet.
Oh my
About the
God.
little pig.
The baby pig.
It's hard to have conversations with NPCs because Patrick goes off on so many tangents to confuse the
Funny.
NPCs.
I love it.
I'm trying to figure. Okay, yeah, that's
How
where
many
we came from.
were you hunting? Just a certain pack of dwarves, or just looking for them?
Oh, now they're a
Popping up
pack
all
of
over the
dwarves,
place.
huh?
Even I think that's racist.
Whatever.
We're a number of townsfolk here from the land of Bree. Most of us are farmers who work these lands in the surrounding areas, and
Bree.
we've been...
Marcy.
Eric, you have something to say?
Lord
Are we
of the
going to the
Rings?
prancing pony next? Is that what's happening?
Well, are we?
We've been dealing with these rot bastards all over the place, and it's just what I was afraid of. I'd worried they had struck as far south as Westwind.
Hey,
Yeah.
is
there any more cavernous
is
holes in the
Lantagos okay as far as you know?
We have no idea. That's nearly a day's ride from here. We haven't seen anyone coming down from that way yet, though.
I think your friends are dead. I whisper this. I think your friends are dead. They're all dead.
Who are you whispering? this
Yeah.
to?
Himself.
Yeah, I guess.
Internal monologue, external monologue.
Your friends are dead.
Everyone in Lagos, Nigeria has died.
Emmett looks towards you, Tony, and says, "You say you've killed 40 of them."
Give or take.
Roll deception.
I saw it in the trees.
But I thought you didn't know him.
I don't, but I saw
He doesn't
they
even
were
know.
crying. They were
Go ahead,
going,
Tony,
oh
roll
no.
with deception.
Oh, what my deception must be? Oh, +2.
This dude loves me, so this should be with advantage if I'm vouching for him.
All right, 14. What was his insight?
We'll find out.
Judging from the amount of blood all over you, I'd believe you killed at least 40.
At least, yeah.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Other than point us in the direction of where these bastards are coming from.
Yeah.
Westwind?
That West Place.
Westwind,
right in the hole
there's a
in the
giant
ground.
cavern in the ground. Yeah, they're pouring out of it.
I peed in that hole.
You sure you can keep this guy if you want? I mean, you seem to like him. He complimented your
We're gonna
style.
need him. He might prove useful.
Prove?
We don't know you.
Oh, yes, I might.
I'll turn to our guys and I'll say, hey, didn't somebody grab some pickaxes or war picks off of the...
No, we left
Fine.
him.
I did.
Did we?
I did. I got I grabbed a battle axe, a flail, and a warhammer off the
Perhaps our pal Cremus can lend some weapons to you.
Pal Cremus? We don't know this guy.
Our new pal, Cream.
Our new pal Cremus.
We're
Yeah.
all just. I don't think he ever said his name.
I
We
believe
called
it.
him
Never
Dick
said
by
his
name.
No?
Yeah, he called me. He called
Yeah,
me
but
Dick.
but
Yeah,
I
but he
already-
rolled a 20 and he
yeah.
rolled
Oh, yeah.
a 1. So,
They're just
They
in
must-
awe of his balls.
Extra weapons, you say? How many do you have?
3.
We would be greatly appreciated, and we'd be willing to pay you some coin
No,
for
no,
them.
no, 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 no. It's my greatest wish to be beloved by you, folks.
Cap's gonna steal the money anyway. We may as well just take it.
Have them. Have this thing. Yeah. So. I'll
So what are
give
you
them
what are you giving over to
a
them?
flail, a warhammer, and battle axe.
Watch
Okay.
him get turned against us right here.
So Emmett takes all three. He walks over to two of the members of this ragtag militia, so to speak, and hands two of the weapons to Mr. Slightly aroused by Hattrick Pitchfork Man. And
What's your name, sir?
the one
with
carrying
the
the piece of
fork?
wood with the nail in it, and replaces their weapons with proper
You got
ones
the
here.
best one.
I call you Woody, and you're fork.
You could have done Buzz and Woody, but no.
Well, no, the guy's Woody because he has the
Name
wood.
the wood with the nail in it.
Yeah, and the other guy's
You're addressing him, the one with the nail in it.
you're Woody now.
Do
Well,
persuasion.
I'm
Come
afraid
on,
that's not my actual name, sir.
Roll persuasion.
Tell
Penny,
him
roll
it's
persuasion to convince this guy to go by
to
Woody.
go by
Yeah,
Woody.
yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Go ahead.
Aww.
I'll
can
roll
I-
against it just for fun. Okay.
Wait, there's a chance.
Unfortunately, sir, my birth name was Ogden.
Was Woodrich.
Then why won't you go by Woody? Damn it! All right, Ogden. All right,
Well,
I guess we'll pass through them.
yeah, it's best.
I don't
of
really
luck
want
on
to go
your
kill
war
more
front.
dwarves. I just kind of want to get to our destination.
Spread my legacy.
Hey, Emmett, is there any good place to camp? Which way are we going? North of here?
North.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, towards Lantagos. Yeah.
Emmett turns around and looks at you and says, "Well, there are a few destroyed farms up ahead here down the road, about maybe an hour from here. The buildings themselves were mostly ransacked by some of these damn dwarves before we got to them. But I suppose you could find rest there for the evening."
Sounds like we're sleeping in shifts.
I believe the owners of the farms were both killed.
Right, free rent.
Does he say that out loud?
No, I'm just.
Does he say that out loud? Can we roll to make sure he's the ex?
Well, it'll be free after we bury them.
Dear God.
Bury
Get-
what?
Those poor people who are dead. I assume that you more cowardly,
I start walking
cowardly
away.
lot.
I'm gonna start walking away before things.
Yeah, I'll follow.
So he,
I-
Emmett
Out
turns
of the
around
woods.
and says, Ephron, Halton, go, send for help. Meet us in Westwind.
So either we
So these two
help them.
head off this way, running off at pretty brisk pace down the path this way, while Emmett turns to Ogden and says, "Ogden, Gerald, you're with me."
Go ahead and emit a battle screech.
What?
Gerald turns and looks at you and goes,
Everyone's
And
got
as he-
one.
As he says that, he's raising his battle axe up in the air with two hands, like shaking it above his head.
Can you give Patrick inspiration, please?
I'm gonna roll for his performance and see if Patrick is inspired. Yes, Patrick, you are inspired by the performance.
Yes.
And you now have a D6 inspiration die.
God.
That's fantastic.
Amazing.
I'm just imagining like a Tuscan raider just raising.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except he was going,
There's a much more efficient way to run if you would like you to,
And
No.
we walk away.
if you put your arms behind your back, you run as fast as the wind.
Straight backwards.
Gerald puts his arms behind his back and starts running. I'm gonna roll here just
Can
so
we
you guys
keep Gerald?
can see the roll.
Gerald's people need him.
This is a performance roll. Okay, he's doing it really poorly.
So he's
He
doing it
didn't
well.
really understand what you mean, so he's kind of swaying his arms back and forth a bit. It looks really ridiculous.
Alright, let's
Patrick,
not.
roll perception for me real quick.
Okay, perception. So that's a 2.
You could tell as he's running that there is a distinct large bulge in his pants where there was not one before,
Like a donkey.
and he's running off down the path.
Yay!
Emmett turns to Ogden, and they both just shake their head and they start running off after him.
That was interesting. Let's
He's the me of their group.
at least you're self-aware.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
Kev, I'm sorry if you wanted to do anything during
No,
that, but
it's
okay.
He is the quiet boy.
He was planning to rob them, but he doesn't rob people with mental issues. It's just a personal.
Or poop in their pants.
That's what the bulge was.
I had a lot more fun with that than I should have. As you
So we
guys
should
walk
make it-
away, you can hear that just fading into the distance as it's just not stopping.
The battle screech.
Alright, let's keep heading north to Mantagos. To the
Alright.
barns and then rest, I guess.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh god. The battle screech.
Battle Screech,
Famous
saved by the
wipes a tear
bell.
away from his eye. He's gonna miss Gerald.
That was very good. Just, he really tried.
Shit his pants.
What was his job? Like, could I tell? Like, was he like a stable boy or like?
A dude with a pitchfork.
Go ahead and roll. I don't know. We'll do perception
What about insight?
or insight, either one, whichever's higher. You can do either.
Inside
matter
is
to me.
4.
Okay, yeah, he was, from what you could tell, basically just a farmhand. Clearly did not seem intelligent enough to be able to do a whole lot by himself. So,
Well, at least they gave him something to do.
Killing dwarves.
all right, so, whoop, that's the path. Look, come back. There we go. All right, so as you guys are walking down the path, about an hour into your walk, about where they said it would be, you come across a few buildings sort of loosely scattered about towards your right in some open fields, and the trees that covered most of the way overhead for a large majority of the path that you've been taking so far have really opened up here and much more sparse in terms of foliage.
Foliage?
And
Jared
you can see
Fogelich.
these buildings are not outright destroyed or anything, but they appear to have seen better days, and you can tell they've probably been ransacked at this point. And you gather that this is the place that Emmett and his men were referring to.
Shall I set up the trap in that home so that we can sleep for the night?
How about
Maybe wait
you
for us to get in
sleep-
it.
I'm
It's
gonna-
about 7 o'clock.
Bedtime.
So you guys can do what you want at this point. You are probably about 18 hours away from fucking Lantagos.
Take a rest and do it tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm setting up a friggin' trap in case any of those beasts, those fantastic beasts,
And where
try to
them
find
come-
us.
Yeah, try to find them.
All right, where do you guys want to go? Each one of these squares represents like a building of some kind.
This
Which
one.
one's like the main house?
Yeah, that's like the main house. There's a smaller house right here. This is a barn on this side,
We should set
and
up
this
in the
is
big
basically
house
a shed.
with the trap.
I'll go in
Yeah.
the smaller house.
Can I
With no
force
trap.
Can I force Crumbrance to stay awake all night in case someone tries to hurt us?
Yeah, I suppose.
He's gonna have issues though.
Doesn't do
Implying
anything.
he's ever slept.
Yeah. Yeah,
Who else is going where?
Or the
I'm
main
going
house.
here.
Yeah, main house.
I'm setting up
I
a
wanna-
trap right here for Crumb
Hey,
Bum.
I'm the pink one. Get me in there. I'm in the big house.
I want to be here.
Before I go in the house, I want to roll perception and see if I see
Yeah,
anything ahead down the path.
I'm doing a little different.
Sure. Okay, go ahead and roll. Yeah, you don't really see anything. It's getting to be dusk at this point, and it's kind of difficult to see as far as you could previously. But you don't see much in the way of life at this point.
Can I look for the previous owner's corpses, or are they?
I see
I was getting there.
I see my friend Kai Bomb looking down the trail, and I run over to him, and I also look.
Okay.
Hi. Little
Try to
winded.
squint at him.
Oh my god.
I squint.
What do your elfin eyes see?
Don't worry, friend.
You don't see anything that concerns you. You can see a ways away the forest sort of picks up again, but nothing that you can tell. You don't see any people, anything that looks dangerous or threatening in any way.
There's nothing but microbes for miles.
Alright, let's
I
get some
check-
shut-eye then.
Can I check for any valuables in the house that are left over?
Sure. So you're going back in, Patrick?
Yeah, for now.
And as I say that, I go to the other shed.
Okay. So I'm gonna deal with the small one first. So inside the small house, you guys find a bloodstained sheep on the ground covering two separate but fairly decent
Equal.
sized masses of something that you can't really tell that look somewhat human-esque underneath. Do you guys want to investigate that at all, or
Probably for the best. Yeah, why not? Just like kick the body.
So you walk over and you give it a kick, and you feel what is definitely an arm. And you gather that these are probably the owners of this farm that Emmett was telling you about that were killed by the Duragar here. Inside of the main house, you guys don't find anybody in here. No bodies this time. There are 2 stories to this house. You guys are currently on the first floor. Nothing, I guess, strange in the sense of deadly, potentially, but you can tell that this place has been sort of ransacked. There was definitely a fight here. There's a table that has been broken, some broken chairs. It looks like hell came through here, and there's a lot of bloodstains over the floor and the walls.
God damn.
I'm gonna get
Cap,
my.
you wanted to look for valuables?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Do I need to roll perception or investigation?
Investigation.
God damn it, do I get the roll again? No, let me check.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're lucky. It's a...
Attack roll, ability check, yeah.
Ability
Now, is
check.
there a limit? Like,
Hey!
once
Oh
a
yeah,
day,
hold
or-
on. Do you have to wait for a rest to do that?
I think it's a
No, it
trait.
doesn't say anything. It's a racial
Anytime.
I
trait.
know there's an ability rogues get called luck, but I think that's different than his racial trait.
Yeah, it
So-
says when you roll a 1 on the d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
Oh.
handy.
If you got another one, you would
I'd have
be
to use
able.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So that's. I guess there's an equal chance of you rolling another one. Is there anything
Anything
else?
else, yeah.
But
Yeah, you find about 20 silver and really nothing else of value. A lot of sort of peasants' clothes, some food that looks like it's still pretty good, not cooked, but potatoes, things of that nature. You find a lot of stuff that you'd expect to be in a farmhouse here, where there's no major city or town necessarily super close. So no iPads or anything, unfortunately.
Darn.
is there a bagpipe?
There is a Sega Genesis, though.
Oh.
So I
Too
think
close
this
to
is
home.
around the time when that came out. But
Ouch. When I was young.
Way back when.
yeah, so nothing really of value other than that 20 silver, which you can pocket if you
Easy.
choose.
Easy 20 silver.
So I'm with Delver, right?
No,
Oh,
I'm
that's-
up at
No.
the big
that's-
house.
That's
Up-
Eric.
Or
VM.
sorry, I'm with Donovan. I don't know what you guys look like.
You've asked like 8 different times. Which one
I know.
was.
I do it again.
He's gonna keep doing it.
And he's
too.
allowed.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say like, hey, maybe we've seen enough corpses today. I'm gonna head over to the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. I don't think I can sleep with a whole bunch of corpses.
Oh,
So
you'd
Not,
be
I
it-
see-
not
surprised.
anymore.
I see Tony. I'm like, thanks for following me.
What?
All right. So, well, I thought Tony was going too. Are you not going?
Well, that's what Tony
It
was
was
in
Eric.
the house the
No,
whole
I
time.
wasn't there. So he walked
So I
past me in
convinced
the
Eric to
house
come
and
with
said
me.
that. He confused us
Oh, okay.
on the way into the house.
Okay.
My guy's no idea what he's talking about.
You humans.
All right, so you guys
Yes!
are all here on the
Which
first
all
floor of the
us
building.
are.
It's about 8:30 now that you've kind of poked around for a little bit. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Dick, shall we bury those boys in the other?
Probably should do that. Yeah, I'll go do that with them.
I'm going
You're
to
gonna
sleep.
go do what?
Bury the corpses of the
Okay.
humans here. The
Can-
previous
can
owners.
Me and good old Crumb Bum help out.
No, I already said I'd help.
No, Crumb Bum.
Yeah, I know. I said I'd help.
No, Crumbrance.
Jesus.
Crumbrance.
I know.
Crumb Bum.
Bum.
See, that's why I get you guys confused, because the fighter is honorable. It's like, yeah, we totally should bury those guys.
Yeah,
All right,
well,
so you
And
guys
Eric's like,
are
yucky.
gonna go
you're
bury
gonna have
the.
to cut me some slack here. I'm the one with the cracked ribs and such. And
Yeah. Breathing is
Yeah.
hard.
All right, so you guys can pick up the bodies. And what do you want to do with them?
Make it full.
Any already half dug holes anywhere?
Not that you
Damn.
saw when you were out on the farm. You could go roll an investigation check for one.
I'm just.
Looks
Fuck,
like we're
what are we
gonna
gonna
have
dig
to.
this with?
We're gonna have to Lance Reddick this. Do I have
What do I have in my inventory?
mess kit? Cooking pan. Looks like I'm gonna be using a cooking pan.
I don't have.
Luckily I only eat good berries, so that's hardly an issue for me. Dark.
Can I look around for a shovel or something?
This is
Sure,
a
yeah.
farm.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll an investigation check.
Why don't we both roll that?
I'm
We'll
waiting for you to
split
both get
up.
one.
Yeah.
We'll split up.
Aww.
Okay, do I even need to?
Probably not. I mean, where are you specifically looking? Just everywhere?
Yeah, I was gonna say whatever. Start at the barn.
He-
Look around.
Okay,
He's
so
looking
you
in
start
the
at the
barn.
barn, and inside the barn, you actually find the 3 or 4 bodies. I think we'll say 4 bodies of Durgard that have been piled up here in one corner of the barn, and laying next to them on the opposite from them is another seemingly dead townsfolk. This one not covered by a sheet or anything. And this one has a pretty nasty wound in his left side. He's sort of propped up, like facing this way, up against the wall, facing there. So you can see his left side. You can see that there's like a really nasty gash. You could almost see what you think is some of his ribs
Ugh,
coming through.
that's a no-go on the shovel, huh?
Yeah, so as you continue to look around inside the barn, it smells awful, by the way.
I kinda assumed.
Can we make a
Yeah.
fire? Can we
Do you guys
cremate
wanna make a
these
fire?
No,
people?
I
please.
don't. No, let's not do that.
We
Okay.
could cremate them.
We'll do
though.
that on our way. We can do that tomorrow on our way out. Don't do it tonight.
You don't find
Yeah.
anything in the
Yeah,
barn.
that's
You didn't find
a good
anything in
idea.
this house. You did. Oh, almost here. You didn't find anything in the main house. As you head over to the last sort of building, which, as you gather, is a shed, walk over close and try to open the door, but the door is locked.
Oh.
It seems like we have a guy who
I'll go help.
Yeah. I go.
I have
I
a
go grab
lockpick in my inventory.
Quiet boy.
Can I check
Okay.
to see if that simpleton killed these people? Did
You
Simple
can
Jack
try.
Did Simple Jack kill these people? That's my
I
question,
think
Dial.
wasn't his name Gerald?
Yeah,
I
no,
have-
his name's Simple Jack.
Simple Gerald.
You have no idea. You can't tell. I mean, none of the bodies appear to have pitchfork wounds, which is what he was wielding.
But do
So-
they look like he petted them very hard and snapped their neck?
No, these people have similar injuries to what Tony found. They've had parts of their bodies effectively crushed by what you assume is the warhammers.
They look like what Eric's chest would look like if he took off his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But lucky his shirt's holding
He's
everything
a
in place.
he's a
They look
never
like the
nude,
hole in
luckily.
Cap's chest, but bigger.
Luckily, he's a never nude, so he would never remove his shirt.
Yeah, so it's just holding his fucking ribs and everything in place perfectly.
Alright, what do I roll for
Anyway.
lockpicking?
That would be your D20 plus your proficiency bonus. Your
Proficiency.
Yeah, because using his thieves' tools to
Oh.
lockpick.
So probably 2, right?
Right.
Can
So
we
as
just
you're
like force
as you're
this?
fumbling around with the handle, you hear a voice, pretty young voice, call
Uh-oh.
out from the other side. It says, "Dad."
Oh, fuck.
What do I say?
Dad, is that you?
I go up to the door here, lean over, and say, "Hello? It's we're travelers. It's you can open the door. It's safe."
How does he know it's safe?
Yeah, well, you're not there, Hedrick.
yeah.
So
Me and Crumb
as
Bum.
We're trying to get the door open. We're trying to
as you
help.
do that, let me try to find a sprite for the little man. Oh God. This was the first thing I clicked on. I want you guys to see this.
There he
What
is.
is that?
I don't know. Not what I wanted though.
Don't
Can't
you
wait to-
love
I
me,
can't wait to
Dad?
fight that kid.
Daddy? Why do you lock me in the shed?
Daddy Dinkins, why did you lock me upon this shed?
Have you brought my bucket of fish heads over the week?
Have you bought my brambleberry broth with fish heads? I'm an efficient not of these heads.
Oh,
Can I?
So as you guys say that, you see the door start to open from the inside, and peering back through the crack in the door, Cap, specifically, you can see a little boy, probably no more than 10, with brown hair drawn back in a neat little man bun.
Kill him.
And he's holding a stick, sort of
Behead
pointing
him.
it up at the door, almost as a weapon. And you can see he's fighting back tears.
it's like, oh,
And says, "Who are you?"
I guess I'll kind of poke my head around here too and say, oh, easy there, buddy. We're just travelers. We're coming through. We were hoping to stay here for the night.
Where's
All the-
Mom? Where's Dad?
There's been a battle, son. How long have you been in here for?
I'm gonna run over there. Oh wait.
You
Oh,
don't know what's going on.
Well, you don't know anything's going on here.
I'm sorry. I just looked at the wrong message. That's my
Okay.
bad.
All right, Tony, what did you say?
I was telling him we're just adventurers here to stay for the night. I asked him how long he's been there because there's been a battle. That was the last thing I said.
Go ahead and roll
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Hey.
As you say that to him, you can see that he finds a little bit of comfort in your words and starts to wipe away some of the tears before he says, "How long I've been here, but my mom, my dad told me to hide here. Where are they?"
Son, is this? Do you live on this farm? Is this where do your parents own this farm?
Starts crying again as you say that and nods his head yes.
Ooh. Like God, hold on. I ask him to hold on a second, and I want to take Cap aside out of talking distance of this kid, and I want to tell Cap. This is me talking to Cap. It's you got to go get the rest of them and bury all the bodies. You got to go and tell everybody. Start burying bodies right now. Specifically, the mother and father that I think we found in that one room.
I'd like to try to distract this boy.
Yeah, I want to stay. Yeah, I wanted to send Cap off, and I was going to keep talking to the kid.
Yeah, I was going to teach this boy how to shoot a bow and arrow.
Oh,
I have
Are
a
you
short
gonna call him
bow.
boy the entire time? Boy,
Yeah.
take this. I gotta work on it.
Yeah.
All right, so Cap, you've been sent off to deal with the bodies.
Well, it's a
Okay.
that's kind of a group thing. I just asked him to
Yeah.
go let everybody know
Gotta
that
go
we gotta
run to
bury
the
those
room.
bodies
Yeah.
because there's a kid here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say, just to make this easier for you, you guys found a shovel in the bed. And you
The
grabbed the
kid
shovel.
was using
My-
the shovel.
Yeah.
I took it. Fuck.
My strength is awful, so I would be of more use distracting this child.
Somebody
than,
want to roll strength to dig a hole?
Eric's probably strong.
I do have cracked ribs, but I guess I can.
It's like you gotta.
I have 16 strength.
Yeah.
You don't
That's-
live
Oh,
with
I'm
your
not
ribs.
getting anywhere.
That's literally double mine.
Oh, do you make strength your weakest? Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
you avoid.
All right, so here is the D20. What am I rolling for? Just a shovel?
Just
Just
dig
a
a hole.
strength. Just a
roll.
strength. See how far down you can dig.
Yeah,
Is-
the cracked
all right,
rib is
Wait,
not-
is everybody up
So-
and digging, or?
Me and
Whoever
Patrick
wants
are.
to, yep. I think Hatrick is gonna go talk to the kid with.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should.
Boy!
No, I think we should make sure he doesn't talk to the
Uh,
kid.
yeah, but I'm trying to distract the kid while you guys dig holes. We don't want this kid to see corpses of his
Yeah.
crushed parents. Literally
Make
crushed.
sure they get the
All
wood in
right,
the
so the three of you are trying to dig holes over here, and you two are really making it nowhere, Neris and Fuck, what's your name? Dumbledore? Donovan?
Dumbledore.
You
I'd
guys
like
aren't
to-
really making it anywhere, and then Kaibam comes over, grabs the shovel from you, and just says, "Dial, watch this." Starts digging
Well,
and
he was in the war, so it would make
Yeah.
sense that he
he
knows how
starts
to
digging
how
a
to
hole
dig a
that
trench.
looks
Dig a
oddly trench-like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
digging
sinewy.
trenches. I would like to wall run along the side of the house to impress this child, and shoot an
I didn't know
arrow
how-
into an
whatever, that's
apple
fine.
on a tree.
Oh.
Is there a tree? There's no trees.
Okay, so while
Are
you
we
guys
making
are
a mass grave?
while you
with-
guys are digging a hole, I was gonna do a square, and then I pressed alt. Whatever. You guys are just digging a hole. It
digging
doesn't
a
matter.
pit.
Yeah. You're doing it quickly because you're trying to get these bodies buried before this kid sees them. All right. So Hadrick and Tony, what are you guys doing to distract the kid while this happens?
I'm doing well to introduce myself. I come running up, like just barreling, and I'm gonna do like a nice wall run along the side and like a flip off at the end to try to cheer this kid up with a little bit of what the professionals like to call
Go ahead
street
and roll
magic.
performance.
Nat one. Nat one. Break your
Could I
ankle.
do acrobatics instead? Because I'm
You're
doing like
Fine.
a
performing.
Do
wall,
acrobatics. Do
wall-
acrobatics.
wall run.
Okay, so you're doing it decently well. It's not a great wall run, but
Aha!
go ahead and roll intimidation.
Uh,
All right. Thank God.
Yeah.
Initially, the kid hears you come barreling out of the house, running towards him, and he starts to sort of shrink back and fall sort of behind Tony. But as he's watching you kind of wall run across the house, he starts to think that that's one of the coolest things he's ever seen.
hey,
And so he
fellow.
starts stepping back out in front of Mr. Flo.
Hello, boy. Have you ever shot a bow and arrow?
My daddy wouldn't let me.
Well, good. I have a bit of good news. You're old enough to shoot a bow and arrow now. Your daddy told me so.
He starts wiping more tears away from his eyes and okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna hand him this short bow.
Okay.
I guess I'll remove that from my inventory then. I don't really need a long bow and a short bow, right? It's just like a worse long bow.
I don't remember the difference. but-
Longbow is a D6, or a longbow is a D8, and a short bow is a D6. So just like literally worse in every way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give this to him. Can I like show him how to shoot the bow with my friggin' longbow skill?
Sure.
Well, okay, I'm making sure good trigger discipline to face away, this way, away from the child, and have him come up like here so I can, like, well, maybe we should go this way so we're not facing like the pit that they're digging.
Well,
Okay.
if you
Yeah.
look that this
No,
way.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
I'll bring you guys over here, and
Yeah.
you can face this way across the road.
See that pebble right there? You just do
Tony,
this.
you can stand between them and the pit if you want.
See that pebble? Just do this.
Oh my god.
I just with my eyes closed.
Yeah,
I,
with your eyes closed, you do a jump and spin around before you shoot it, and you just let it go without even looking, and it nails the exact teeny little pebble that you were pointing at on the road.
more arrows.
As you do that, the boy starts laughing and clapping excitedly, and you can see The tears are starting to dry up now.
Can we?
Your turn.
What are we gonna do with this kid, though?
Okay.
I'm
mean,
training him how to
The
fight.
pit's pretty deep, guys.
I'm gonna roll at disadvantage because he's never used a bow before.
But Hatrick just
I'm gonna
showed
do
him
it so
how
you
to.
guys
Oh!
can see it.
No!
No, you shouldn't.
In
Don't.
the
He rolled a
You shouldn't do
19.
To
disadvantage.
shreds,
You
you
don't do
say.
disadvantage. I got a 20. That's gotta count for.
He's
For
shown the
something.
he
He's
perfectly
never
showed
used
the
a
kid
bow
how- Yeah, but
before.
he's
To
the
Yeah,
best
I-
teacher.
Yeah, I was showing him.
It wasn't like Hatrick was just shooting
Yeah.
his arrow. The whole point was to teach the kid how
Yeah,
to do
I was teaching the
it. No.
So
shot
the
himself in
kid
the
tries
foot.
to do exactly what you just did. He closes his eyes,
No.
draws
Close
back
your
on the
eyes.
bow,
No.
jumps and spins around, and lets the arrow fly. And the arrow is gonna hit Crumbrance. 3 damage as it nails him in the leg.
Message for you, sir.
Pull that arrow out of yourself. I expect
Don't
you.
pull it out. Don't.
I expect you ready to.
Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes
Don't-
closed. Keep your eyes closed, kid.
I hear Crumbrance yell
Here.
out from over a distance, and I look over and I see an arrow sticking out of him, and I'm like, what the hell?
Crumbrance does not make a single sound as
Yeah,
he is
he
disciplined.
just goes.
He's been shot by arrows before. He's had a child shoot arrows at him before.
Just like you, Master Creamus.
Crumbrance pulls out the arrow and gives Dundon a nod here.
He bends on one knee with his arms out and like his head bowed and hands the arrow back to the kid.
Yeah, he can hand the arrow back to the kid. It's got blood on it.
Once more, boy. Crumbrance says. He wants the boy to
There's
shoot.
just blood pouring out.
He's
of
gonna
his
roll
leg.
at disadvantage
Yeah.
again, so
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
he's seen what to do this time.
Ah, there we go.
this time he does not close his eyes and jump and spin. And he looks directly at the pebble, and you can see as he's pulling his arm back, both of his arms are kind of shaking. He's having a tough time holding the bow steady, but he lets the arrow fly, and it gets pretty close. It gets about 2 or 3 feet away from the pebble that you had initially hit with your arrow, and he starts jumping up and down, getting really excited.
Good job, but you need to hit the gym. Jim is your name, right? You need to do 700 push-ups a day.
My name's Terry.
Okay,
Boy.
Jim. 700 push-ups a day. 5,000 reps with
All right,
the
let's
bow
not
and
kill
arrow.
the 10-year-old.
What's a push-up?
Well,
All
right, this whole-
I
this-
think
Can I
both
can I
of
come
us-
over? Can I
Can I
can
do
I
it on my
shuffled, we
Sega
shuffled all the
Genesis?
bodies into the pit. and
I think
Can I,
covered
can I
them
get
in
over?
both
Hey,
of
hold on.
us-
Can I get over to the kid here? Try to interrupt this and say, like, kid, Terry,
His
do you-
name
do
is
you-
Jim.
Terry, do you have any?
As you walk over, he's starting to pull another arrow back to shoot
I
again.
stop walking forward for a second.
This is a push-up.
Oh my god.
Ha!
He lets another arrow fly, and this time the string on the bow snaps because he pulls it too far back, and the arrow just falls down to the ground.
Okay. Whew. Smiles needs a new bow, but that's it for him.
That bow's string.
Like, all right. Maybe the
He
bow is the
probably
weapon.
should get hurt. Like
Fuck
that
off.
would hurt him.
As the realization sinks in of what he just did, he starts to well up with tears again in his eyes,
Hurt his
and
pride.
just says, "I broke it."
Hey, Terry, it's
That's
fine. We
okay.
weren't using it.
That's perfectly fine. Much like the mangled corpses of your parents.
Oh.
The what?
Uh,
Have you
I-
seen my parents?
No. What I
can't
said.
believe.
What I said was the
Terry, hold on, Terry. Hey, Terry, do you have anywhere your family could have gone? Do you have any family in any of the nearby towns, such as
Lagos, Nigeria.
Lantagos? By
Not that I know
chance,
of.
Hmm.
you know any family anywhere?
Do you know a very large, simple fellow with a pitchfork?
Oh no, I know what to do. It's like, I got the perfect plan. We got to take this kid with us though to the next city.
I'm gonna keep training him to be my sidekick.
Don't you already have a sidekick?
No, yeah, you have a guy who makes arrows.
Seems like a sidekick to me.
I want to train him to use a bow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep.
Hold on, let me
Yeah.
let me share this.
I want to
file.
keep training him.
I have no idea
while
what you're doing, by the way.
Yeah, no,
Well,
here, let me message you on the TeamSpeak. So I
You don't
gotta
have to
I
tell
gotta
me.
put
It's
him.
okay. I don't need to know.
No, you need to know.
You do need to.
Do you
know.
want to
He-
tell the group? Like,
No, because it might come
We're-
into, I don't know.
We're
Well,
whispering
I was
to each
when
other.
I told you about this style about my connection and the city we're going to. That's where I want to pawn this kid off.
So are we done dating?
They picked
Done,
at the end.
done.
They
I'm gonna say, yeah, you guys buried him. Yeah, you guys got him down there. It's not a super deep hole, but it's good enough that the kid's not gonna find these bodies.
Yeah, I want to go back to bed. Ignore the kid completely.
Hold
All
on,
right,
kid.
so Kaibam goes back inside.
I'm kind of feeling icky, kind of not feeling great. My chest is almost caved in, There's some healing, but, it still not feels too great. I'm going to probably go back to bed too.
Okay.
I'm going to sleep too.
I'm
So
hold
it's
on.
the three of you outside with the kid now.
Which three?
Crumbrins.
Oh, Crumbrins too.
Creamus and
Yeah, okay.
Crumpins Creamus Water Revival.
Yeah,
B
it's
minus.
Yeah,
all right.
so we're whispering to each other while the butler is
Sorry, I'm
doing
eating. While we do this.
a clap dance to distract the child.
All right, hold on. I want to tell them.
All right, so Crumbrins is just like dancing for the kid.
He's moving his feet up and down and
Go ahead
clapping.
and roll performance.
Okay. What
He
is...
should get like a +20.
Yeah.
Creamus is or
Crum-
Crumbrins is
Crumbrins, he's
the
a
elite performer.
famed butler or valet extraordinaire. This is the only thing he's good at.
All right, he's entertaining enough. The kid's not loving it,
But
but
he's
he's distracted.
Look at me, I'm doing a dance. He does a little spin.
Right. So I'm gonna see the party can or the players can know, but I'm just telling Dundon Archibald here, telling my man Creamy, taking him aside while the
Big
kid's
Cream.
distracted and saying, all right, we're going to Lantagos. I've got the perfect person who could take care of this kid. He took me in when I was an orphan, trained me, taught me brought me up to who I am today, and he's in need of a new ward now that I'm gone. I'm sure he'll take him.
Well, that seems an equitable plan to one so equanimous such as myself, my dear friend.
Yes. So all we have to do is make sure this kid comes with us to Lantagos and gets there safe and sound.
I'll have Crumbrins guard him like a feral cat.
Like the kid's a feral cat?
No,
Or what kind of
like-
feral cats? What would a feral cat guard?
a kitten, of course.
A feral
Yes.
kitten?
Of course.
All right.
All right, you guys want to like go to bed? What do you want to
Yeah.
do?
Well, I want to talk to the kid real quick. I just want to. Hey, Terry, Jim, which
Jim!
one do you prefer?
Jim!
Harry.
Jim!
All right, Terry. See, the rest of us are heading to Lontagos in the morning, and I could get you a perfect place to stay there until all of this war ends. We find whatever you need to with the rest of your family.
My dad always said he'd take me to the city.
Well,
And he starts crying again.
it's like, hey buddy, I lost my parents when I was really young in an unfortunate accident. That wasn't an accident. But the kid doesn't need to know that. So you don't always need. Help me out here, Cremus.
Well, what he's saying is, it appears that, your parents are mortally challenged, as of the recent, purview of the time of now. It would be advantageous for you to accompany us to the city of Lagos, Nigeria, Jim.
Lontagos.
Yes, that as well.
We'll keep you
You'll
safe.
take me
along the
with
way.
you.
Of course.
Absolutely.
My gentleman's gentleman shall guard you
Oh.
like a feral kitten.
Will you take me to my mom and dad?
If we find them,
If yes,
take you to your new mom and dad.
the new father and his effeminate butler fella.
Okay.
And don't worry, I'll protect you. You have my sword.
No one's
And
saying
my bow.
Ah, good. And we look around for a second.
And my wonderful dance. And he starts dancing again. It's sort of like the Job chicken dance, but instead of moving his hands or his feet behind him, he just lifts his knees up.
Is he going ka?
No, he's going.
All right, come on, kid. Let's Also, is this kid hungry? Give him one of those berries,
Have a berry, boy.
and then we can go to sleep.
I shall as well nourish myself with a delicious.
Wait, did you spawn those
berry.
berries?
Yeah, I did. I
Okay.
just did. I just snapped my fingers, and there's a berry in his mouth, and in my mouth, and in your mouth,
All right,
and in
one of those healths back.
Crumbrance's mouth, and everyone's eating some berries for dinner.
Except the people who went to sleep.
I gingerly put a berry on each of their pillow, like a hotel mint.
All right, so you guys are all in the house.
Yeah.
Taking a snooze.
All right, it's completely pitch black in the house. By the way, there's absolutely no light.
All right.
What about Crumbrance's torch?
That apparently is-
I have a hooded lantern in my inventory.
You want to say that you set that up for
Yeah.
light? Okay.
And I set up a trap at the doorway again and made sure to write on the inside of the doorway, there's a trap and it has an arrow pointing down.
What is the trap that you're setting?
It's just like the same tripwire
Tripwire.
that I did before.
Okay, go ahead and roll a survival check.
That's
Set it up pretty good.
All right.
All right, you guys are all going to bed.
Except for Crumbrance.
Yeah, he is making sure this child doesn't get fricked by anything.
Including himself. Not that he would ever.
What?
Oh wait,
What?
oh, wait
Crum-
no,
cr-
you're the Vocel.
Crumbrance. Crumbrance is also a Voso.
Okay, no. Okay,
He had to become one. He's
Doesn't
sort of
that
an
volunteer-
incel.
Doesn't that defeat
He's-
the purpose?
He's voluntarily
He's an
doing
involuntary, voluntary
Yeah.
celibate.
it. Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Duty bound, so that
Yeah.
makes him more of a
Yeah.
Duracell.
Yeah.
God.
Duracell. I'm writing that down. That's going in the notes.
Jesus Christ. All right. Pull something real quick. All right. So the night passes fairly uneventfully. Some of you don't sleep as well as others, particularly you, Tony,
Yeah.
as seeing this kid has brought back a lot of memories of your past that you didn't want to remember.
All right.
But for the most part, you guys have slept as well as you could have in a somewhat ransacked house that doesn't belong to you. And as you wake up in the morning, you're each greeted by a good berry next to your head.
Are we like? So
And
what?
you guys
what
have
rest
you
is
guys
that?
are all long rested at this point, which means all your health is back and any
Alright.
status effects are gone and all that jazz. So
I'm
your spell
gonna
slots will be back. It's about 8 in the morning.
I'm gonna let Crumbrance sleep, and I'm gonna carry him on my back while he's sleeping.
Okay.
It's quarter to 11 here.
You're probably gonna only be able to move like half the speed you normally
Okay,
would.
wake up! I'm not doing this.
All right.
It's been a few hours.
Crumbrance technically has 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Not that it really matters, but
Oh,
Just to be consistent.
could I roll to have Crumbrance rock the child to sleep?
He's
well, the
already-
child's already asleep and woken up at this
Yeah.
point.
But again,
No.
no, I'm not gonna do that.
It's like...
Next time.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
We shall
Really?
away to the city.
We need to eat. Like specify that.
No, well, the good
Oh
berries
yeah, everybody
are,
snacking on some berries
the
or a
good
single
berry
berry.
is enough nourishment for a whole
Yeah,
day.
a single bite can fill a grown man's
Oh.
stomach.
How many did you eat?
Me?
Yeah, 12.
One?
What about second breakfast?
I'll let you fellows gorge upon the fruits of my labor. So
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Now, as I said, out of game, it's getting close to K-Bomb's hour past his bedtime. 2
Yep.
hours past his
Hour
bedtime.
and 45 past his
Yeah.
bedtime, yeah.
Yeah.
47 actually, but who's counting?
Yeah. So my game plan was to get you guys to decide like what you want to do next, so that I have an idea of the direction to
I
like
was
set
thinking,
up the story for.
I want to
for
take
Wednesday.
this kid and head to the friggin' city.
I vote for that too.
Keep going on our trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, dump the kid.
Ooh.
Dump the kid.
Yeah, amoral.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Cap is more amoral.
Eric,
Sorry, what?
going
Okay, so
along
the-
with the party.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be the game plan when we pick up on Wednesday then. We
Cool.
could try to do the same thing on Wednesday. We'll take a small break for Eric's RSL game, but aside of that, we'll keep going.
I'm down.
Okay.
Woo!
Alright, guys. That was fun. As always, thanks, Dale.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
Dial.
only maiming
We
me
appreciate
once
you.
this time, Dial.
At the
I
very
know it
worst,
was hard.
I might have to clip the battle Screech.
You're good this
That was
Wednesday, right, Gabe?
fantastic.
Like, Gabe, you're good in 2 days. It's
Yeah.
it's next week. That
Yeah, next. So I don't know if everybody heard. Next week I can probably do just Monday.
One thing I noticed was that instead of maiming me twice, Dial just had the guy increase 2 times the size.
double
and
size
hit me
before he
once.
maimed you.
So he just hit me super hard once instead
I
of
can't wait
hitting.
to see what happens next.
Yeah.
Now we have a kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got like a God of
You guys
War
have a
thing
kid.
going on. Keeps calling
You
him
have a
boy.
pack mule and a kid.
At some point next game, I gotta remember to say the
Take a note.
proof is in the pudding. Like we've been putting your parents into a shallow grave.
This is why I didn't want him to talk to the kid, man.
Yeah, but are we doing any level up stuff or XP?
That'll be for next time if something happened.
Well, you guys just slept. It would be, I think,
Fought 3 Duergar.
600 XP split between the 3 of you based on the fight and everything.
The
or
3 of us?
split between the 5 of you,
Yeah.
which 120.
Yeah.
Round it up and say 150 for each of you.
So what should we be at?
You guys should have started today with an extra 150 and then gotten another 150 from today's
Yeah,
actions.
we're
So
at
you should be
600.
at
600
600.
yeah.
Cool.
Means you
Alright.
should all be 300 away from level
Yep.
3 right now.
Correct.
Nice.
I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll see you guys later. Good night.
Yep.
All right, later, guys.
That's it. God,